CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheets, is what make website look good and presentable. You can use CSS to change any visual aspect of an HTML element on a web page, like color, font, decorations, positioning, spacing, padding, borders, etc. This is a Facebook landing page I have created earlier, and these are the styles I have used. If I remove these styles from the web page, then the web page will look like this. If you want to know how to create web pages like this, subscribe to my channel. And in this video, I will give you a quick introduction to help you get started with CSS. Let's start with learning how we can include CSS into our project. For that, there are three ways: inline CSS, internal CSS, and external CSS. In inline CSS, we use style attribute and then we provide properties to it. For example, I have created a basic web page using some of the tags we have discussed earlier. So first I select the element which I have to style and give style attribute. And inside the quotes, I will give property and its value. You can see that here we are giving the property color and its value red, and another property background color and its value black. You can see the changes here on save. I am using live server extension, and if you don't know how to use that, go see my previous video. Link will be in the top right corner. So this is inline CSS. Next one is internal CSS. To use the internal CSS, we use style element in the head section. And inside the style element, type the element you want to style. And inside flower bracket, type the property and its value you want to change. You can see that we have two h2 elements here. And if I have to style this inline, I will have to use style font size 50px in both these h2 tags. By using internal CSS, I only have to write it once. The third and the most recommended way to use CSS is using an external style sheet. For that, we have to create an style sheet with an extension CSS, and we include its link in the HTML. And I can give the styles inside the CSS file. For example, I will select p tag, and inside the brackets I will give padding and color. So what happens if you try to style same element in three different ways? For example, I will try to change the font size of our h2 tag in the three different ways I have explained now. For the h2 tag in our page, I have given style as inline, internal, and in external file. So when I save the changes, you can see that inline has the most priority. After that, internal. Only after that, external CSS. External style sheet is the most recommended way to include CSS in your web page, and I will be following the same. Now you know that CSS is used to style HTML elements. In order to style HTML elements, you need to first select them. There are different ways you can select a HTML element. The first way to select an HTML element is simply using the name, just like we did here. You can select the HTML element itself and change its property. Another way of selecting HTML element is by using the class attribute. So in our HTML, we can assign different classes to our elements. For example, write the class attribute inside the opening tag and give it a class name. You can use the same class name multiple times, and you can give multiple classes for an element. When we give multiple class names, they are separated by a space. I have given red and black BG class names to first h2 tag and only red class to the second h2 class. And in our CSS, we style the class name. When we select HTML tag, we write the tag as it is. For classes, we use dot to represent a class. You can see that the first h2 tag, which had two different classes, now have the properties of both classes, and the last h2 tag has only one class, so it took only this property. Like classes, we can use ID to select an HTML element and apply styles. For that, we use ID attribute. The only difference between class and ID is that ID can be assigned to only one HTML element. Class name can be used multiple times in our HTML body, but the ID should be unique. For example, we have used red in both h2 tags. Like that, we can give same ID name for different HTML elements. ID should be unique. And just like class, you can style ID too. We used dot to represent the class. Like that, to represent an ID, we use hash. We can give multiple property values inside the bracket. For example, like this, we can give multiple style properties to our selectors. Another type of selector is the attribute selector. You can see that we have two paragraphs here, and the first paragraph has an attribute title. So I can target the first paragraph tag using its attribute, and inside the bracket, I can change the style. You can see that the paragraph with the attribute title has font size 30 now. And the last type of selector is the pseudo class selector. The pseudo class selector will select a specific element, but when in the specified state. For example, this is an anchor tag. I removed the underline using text decoration none, and I will bring it back when I hovering the A tag. For that, I can use pseudo class hover. This means that when I hover on the A tag, we need the underline. Here, it will select the P tag with an attribute title, and when I hover on it, it will change the font size to 50 pixels. If you want to change the font family, you can go to fonts.google.com. select the font you want, copy this style sheet. Just like we included our external CSS file, include the link to the font family and use the font family property inside your body. In this video, what we have learned is what is CSS and the 3 ways to include CSS into our projects, that is inline, internal and external, and different ways you can select an HTML element to give the style. And last, we have learned different types of selectors: element selectors, class selector, ID selector, attribute selector, and pseudo class selector. Go to W3 Schools and you can learn more about the CSS and HTML tags here. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because from the next video onwards, I will show you how to create web pages using HTML and CSS we have learned, like the Facebook landing page I showed you earlier in the video. If you have any doubt, please mention it in the comment section. That's all for today. I will see you in the next video. Bye.